I'm Karen Wilson. I'm with the Public Service Commission. I'm staff here at the PSC, and this is our second public meeting in the Columbia Gas of Kentucky rate case. We conducted an earlier one today at 1 o'clock. I'm just going to give a very brief overview of the PSC and the application that was received by the PSC from Columbia Gas of Kentucky. What we do in these public meetings is these are being conducted virtually. We have instructions here on the slide. If you haven't signed up to speak yet but would like to do so, you can send an email to psc.meeting@ky.gov. Please include your name, your address, and a phone number. So if you haven't had a chance to sign up to speak and would still like to do so, you have that opportunity. I'm just going to give a very brief overview of the PSC, the application that we've received, and then I'll be turning it over to Chairman Chandler, who will be presiding over the public comment portion of the meeting. So the mission of the PSC is to foster the provision of safe and reliable service at a reasonable price to the customers of jurisdictional utilities, while providing for the financial stability of those utilities by setting fair and just rates and supporting their operational competence by overseeing regulated activities. The Public Service Commission is an independent regulatory agency. It's a 3-member commission. We regulate the rates and services provided by the jurisdictional utilities. Those number around 1,100, with the bulk of those being water and sewer utilities, and many of those are very small systems, natural gas distribution systems and interstate pipelines, electric utilities, both investor-owned and jurisdictional cooperatives, and a small number of telecommunication utilities. PSC does not regulate the utilities that are operated by municipalities, except for in the case of gas pipeline safety. We do have authority over that. And the PSC does not regulate those cooperatives that are served by the Tennessee Valley Authority. So a little bit about the rate-making process. This is just very high level. It is a legal process, and our guiding statutes are under KRS 278. And then the PSC promulgates regulations that are derived from those statutes. And then also the rate-making process is guided by legal principles derived from the application of those statutes and regulations. Per statute, rates must be fair, just, and reasonable. Utilities are allowed through rates to recover their costs to serve their customers, plus the ability to earn a reasonable rate of return on their capital investments. For investor-owned utilities, investors are entitled to an opportunity to earn a rate of return on equity. And then for the nonprofit utilities, the cooperatives, for example, the rates must be adequate to meet lender requirements and maintain their financial stability. Every rate case has a timetable. The utility has to submit a 30-day notice of intent. They submit that to the Public Service Commission, and they also must provide public notice in the local newspaper. The clock on the timetable starts when an application is deemed to be complete. Rates cannot take effect for 30 days, and the Public Service Commission typically imposes a suspension period, usually 5 or 6 months, depending on the nature of the case and how complex it might be. But per statute, a rate case has to be completed within 10 months. And any rehearing request after a final order must occur within 23 days of that final order. The rate-making process includes an opportunity for intervention, and per statutes, the Kentucky Attorney General is representative of ratepayers in general. Full interveners must show that they represent unique interests and will contribute evidence that otherwise might not be brought before the PSC during the rate case. So interveners, they provide testimony, discovery, and cross-examination And the rate making process also includes multiple rounds of discovery from the PSC. And we conduct public meetings such as this one. And then we hold a formal hearing, which is operated much like something that you would see in a court of law. And following that, we have post-hearing filings from the parties, and then a final order is issued based on the record in the case. The Columbia Gas application, they filed their application on May 28th of 2021, and they filed for an increase in base delivery rates of about 18%, which according to their application would be about an $11.85 increase on their average residential customer bill. Their application also includes what that impact would be for their commercial and industrial customers. We provided here on the slide, just we pulled out here for this slide, the residential monthly impact. I have on the side that they are seeking a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct training facilities, but they have pulled that part of that from their application. Columbia Gas's last rate increase was in 2016, and the interveners in this case are the Office of Attorney General and KIUC. So next steps at the outset of the formal hearing, which begins next week on November 3rd at 9 a.m. If you haven't had a chance to provide oral comments and would still like to do so, there will be one other opportunity. The hearing is scheduled to last several days, and it will be live streamed via YouTube. In addition to being able to provide oral comments either tonight or next Tuesday at the start of the formal hearing, at any time during a rate case proceeding, you can submit comments in writing, either at the address on our website, or if you would like to do it via email, you can send an email to psc.info@ky.gov. Please include in the subject line the case number. In this case, it's 2021-00183. Please include that in the subject line, and then in the body of your email, your full name and your address. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chairman Chandler to conduct the formal comment period of tonight's meeting. And thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Kent Chandler. I'm Chairman of the Kentucky Public Service Commission. This meeting is being recorded for the benefit of the public, the record, and in order for the Vice Chair to review and consider the comments made this afternoon. We are here to take public comments in the application for an adjustment in rates and request for approval of a depreciation study and tariff revision submitted by Columbia Gas Kentucky, Inc. Initially, Columbia Gas of Kentucky also requested a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct a training facility, but has since withdrawn that request. To reiterate the point made during the overview, the role and obligation of the Public Service Commission is to ensure rates are fair, just, and reasonable. We understand in any rate case proceeding that there are strong feelings and opinions. We ask that as you provide comments today that you are respectful and also mindful of the time limit for each speaker. We are here to listen. The utility is not presenting during the public comment meetings, and neither are the interveners in the case. The utility and the other parties have their opportunity to make their case during the pendency of this matter. This is an opportunity for customers of the utility and the public to state their positions, concerns, and provide the Commission comments for its consideration. Again, the Commission is here to listen. During this evening's comment session, I will not be answering questions. The Commission is the fact finder and decision maker in this case, and as such, the Commissioners are unable to comment or speak to the process or substance of the pending application. Nevertheless, questions you raise during your comments may well be of assistance to the Commission and its staff in adjudicating this matter. If you have questions for the utility or the parties to this case, you may ask them during this public meeting with the anticipation that those entities can later convey an appropriate answer outside of the public meeting. Contact information for the company can be received by calling the Kentucky Public Service Commission and speaking to our staff. The number to do so is 502-564-3940. Again, that's 502-564-3940. Given the number of participants that have initially indicated their interest in providing comments, we'll be limiting the length of comments to 8 minutes. We will let you know when you have 1 minute remaining. As always, written comments may be made to the Commission at any time during the consideration of a case and must include your name, address, and include the case number, which in this matter is 2021-00183. Again, that's 2021-00183. Comments may be mailed to the Public Service Commission at 211 Sauer Boulevard, Frankfort, Kentucky, or emailed to the following address: psc.info@ky.gov. When you speak, please provide your name and address prior to your questions and comments. We will now be taking comments. Based on a review of the lack of interested individuals who've signed up to provide comments, it does not look like anybody will be signing up or has signed up to provide public comments this evening. I'll remind you that if you do review this video at a later time, that you may always be able to you can always provide written comments. We just ask that you include your name, address, and state the case number, 2021-00183, and you can mail those to the Public Service Commission or email them to psc.info@ky.gov. Thank you for your interest in this case and this matter, and we'll end this meeting.